had a baby and suddenly your body just doesn't feel like yours anymore. Maybe your tummy still looks pregnant, your bras don't fit, your clothes don't fit. You're trying to heal your body, look after your newborn, maybe some other babies around the house. And then you open your phone in a moment of respite and suddenly see a post about how somebody's back in 6 weeks. And it's a lot. Because postpartum weight loss is just one of those topics that really divides people. On one hand, you've got people who are binding their tummies, drinking a special tea, managing to look after a baby and breastfeed and do all these things that make sure that they snap back. And then on the other hand, you've got people who are like, never talk about a woman's body, never talk about the idea of weight loss, never talk about this, that it brings about shame. We need to sit somewhere in the middle because weight matters. And it's really that we speak to it in a way that absolutely helps us as women to thrive after going through pregnancy and birth. My name's Remy, I'm an obstetrics and gynecology doctor with more than 10 years of experience in the NHS. I've had 2 children of my own and have gone through my own postpartum weight loss journey for good and bad. And I want to discuss that in this video today to empower us to take charge of the narrative around postpartum weight loss. I'm certainly not saying that your body needs to look a certain way or that your self-worth is linked to your dress size. But pregnancy isn't just a random event that happens and then your body goes back to normal. It's 40 weeks of change to your physiology, your brain cells, everything. And on the other end of it, you've got a newborn and that changes you for the rest of your life. And your body won't go back to normal in 6 weeks. It takes time for all that change that took 40 weeks to occur to then disappear and return back to normal after the delivery. And women will retain weight after pregnancy. The quoted values are somewhere around 0.5 kilos to about 3 kilos. When I was doing my master's many years ago now, the evidence at that time suggested for every pregnancy a woman has that she's likely to retain 3 kilos of birth weight. So their suggestion was that being overweight in later life can often be linked to the number of kids a woman has. So if I say a woman has 5 kids, then by the end of the 5th pregnancy, she's likely to be 15, is that the math? 15 kilos heavier than she was before she ever had a baby. And obviously that's not a blanket 3 kilos, but there is some retention of weight that happens post-pregnancy in accordance to how many children you have. And it's not just having the children, it's all the things that happen around life at the same time. Sleep deprivation, increased stress, balance in work, slightly faster meals that are needed, and all of that will contribute to the weight gain. Not having time to move as much as you like. All of these things are not insignificant and play a part. The point of this channel is to get you to thrive in the postpartum period. And oftentimes what we don't realize is what happens to us during pregnancy, whether it's the weight gain, diabetes, high blood pressure, really does show up in our future health. So in your 40s and your 50s, it shows up there. It will affect how you go through menopause. It will affect your heart health, your brain health, your bone health. And when we use the information that we gather in pregnancy, we really can make changes right now that will predict and will affect our outcomes in our 40s, our 50s and further on. So when I talk about postpartum weight loss, I most definitely am not talking about it from a cosmetic point of view. And if that matters to you, that's perfectly fine. The times that I've decided to lose weight have been linked to energy levels, a little bit of cosmetic, because I'm not going to lie, the influence out there is so strong. But my take is from a health point of view. How healthy can you be before you get to the menopause? And what information can you use from pregnancy to modify that? Postpartum weight loss matters in the context of your reality. So for years, I struggled to be regular with exercise because I was working shift work, I was raising 2 kids, having to make dinners, do laundry, things like that. By the time you come home and you've done all of that and the kids get to bed at 8 p.m, I never felt energized to go to the gym or start doing a home workout until I made the decision to try and start waking up early and then doing exercise in the morning. And I would find that I'd do that for 2 or 3 weeks, but by the 4th week I might have done a run of night shifts and I couldn't be consistent. So even with that, thinking realistically, how does your weight loss or weight management fit into your day-to-day life? And I do find that women who have babies, who work, are time strapped. And so we have to be realistic when we have these conversations. We also have to be realistic about the pressures that are on us, all the fad diets, the fad supplements that claim that they'll shrink your tummy. Again, Like, is that healthy? Is that sustainable? Does that protect your energy level? Does that actually enable you to live a healthy, happy life? And so also thinking about context, when women have just had babies, as you will see on this channel, I've spoken about blood loss that can cause anemia. I've spoken about the pelvic floor, and sometimes exercise can make the pelvic floor worse. I remember seeing a patient in clinic who was in her 50s and had started going to the gym with her son, and then she came in through to the gynecology service because she felt a lump down below, and that was new signs of a prolapse, and she'd never had that before exercise. So again, thinking about things that have happened in pregnancy affecting you and your quality of life later on. Is there a cesarean section that has happened and the scar is still painful and the pelvic pain is there that hinders how one would exercise? Breastfeeding will affect your energy levels and again hinder how you exercise. And also I remember being told, oh, breastfeeding will help you take the weight off. Actually, I don't think that's true. So I'm going to run through 5 things as to what's important when you think about postpartum weight loss and how you tackle that, what you're going to do next. So the first thing to think about is that your body has changed, but don't feel shame and don't feel like there's any failures attached to that. Your body has changed because it has undergone change for 40 weeks. It has undergone change at the point of delivery and is still undergoing change as it slowly gets back to its baseline. And through that, it will be the hormones, the blood volume, your pelvic floor, your muscles around the abdomen. All of those will have undergone change. And you have to realize that in trying to lose weight or snap back, that you have to honor those changes and work with them and not against them. And I completely get it. It's really easy to look in the mirror and be like, I look different, I don't feel confident. But honor the change that you've been through. Change your language around how you describe yourself as well, because all of those matter when you're trying to achieve healthy weight loss. Don't put pressure on yourself to lose weight, because that will just perpetuate the loss of identity, the low mood you might be feeling, the fact that you're not sleeping as much. If you then add on weight loss as this huge thing that you have to achieve, it will no doubt contribute to you feeling like a failure, and you're absolutely not. Secondly, you have to appreciate that weight loss, especially in the early postpartum period, is hard. And it's hard for a number of things, because it's not just calories in and calories out. We've all heard the older we get, the harder it is to lose weight. I don't necessarily believe that's true, but what is true is all the other things that come with aging, all the other things that come with being a parent that affect you, things that I've discussed before. Having the time to work out, having your job be something that allows you to work out, whether or not you've got other children, whether you've got childcare, things like that. Are you in a position where you're able to take charge of your exercise regularly and what you're taking in? And so healthy eating has such a push, like avoid the ultra processed, avoid this, eat the rainbow. But actually a lot of that costs, and we're disingenuous when we don't acknowledge the expense that comes with eating healthier, or the frequency with which you need to shop to make sure you have fresh fruit and veg and unprocessed products in your fridge and your freezer, which is actually my third point, like the finances around losing weight. Can we simplify it? So even as you're going through that process of trying to be healthy, lifelong, something that's sustainable, is it also something that you can economically afford? So should you be using aids? The belly binders, the waist trainers to sculpt your body. I've got a video on the cultural premise behind waist training or belly binding actually on my channel, and I'd recommend that you go and watch it. And there's a place for them, but you have to recognize that your body, your tummy, your abdomen has gone through so much change through the course. So your abdominal muscles are weaker, your uterus is slightly bigger and then shrinks down over time. There's fat that's accumulated, there's probably swelling if you've had a cesarean section. So having the belly being bound can be supportive for you, but it won't help you strengthen your core muscles. And what's really important after having a baby is that you don't just lose weight on the surface of it, but you're not fixing anything that's happened on the inside. So stronger abdominal muscles, stronger pelvic floor, and the way in which you get through that is rehab, exercise, the right type of directed exercises for your core and for your pelvic floor are really what's going to help you in your longer term health. And that should be the focus rather than, is my tummy flat? And then thinking about exercise more wider, that yes, you move your body, but you have to move your body in a way that respects the change that you've been through. In the first few days and weeks, you're not going to rush to exercise, but maybe after a few weeks, you start doing slow exercise and then you build up your strength. And thinking about what exercise needs to do. It needs to be strength training, mobility, cardiovascular. But the idea is that what you want to do is enter you into your menopausal years with strength in your core with strength around your bones. So exercise needs to look like that. It doesn't need to be this dramatic exercise plan that puts your current health and well-being in jeopardy. And finally, just thinking about what looks right for you. So weight loss is part of health, but only in the context of eating the right things and moving your body in the right way. And I think when you simplify that to those two things in the postpartum period, it helps you make the right choices. You don't need to be on a crash diet. You need to eat a balanced diet with a lot of protein, with a lot of fruit and veg, with the appropriate type of carbohydrates, so that you're strengthened through the process of parenting and living and going back to work, and that you move your body in the right way. So walking, running, sports, if that's your thing, but also working on that pelvic floor. In your pelvic floor exercises that strengthen your abdominal muscles, strengthen your core. And when you reduce the whole idea of weight loss to those two things, it helps you make sustainable change and make the right choices. But those two things, without thinking about sleep, your mental health, your financial health, are all moot. You can't do those two things and not get the appropriate amount of sleep that you need. I've got a podcast that talks about sleep training, and how that affects parents. Because again, it's not just the mothers who put on weight after having kids, it's also the fathers as well, because everyone gets time strapped. So thinking about sleep, thinking about your stress levels, thinking about your society, like your social support, your social well-being, your community, all of these things will play a part, as well as to your overall health postpartum, and weight loss is just a part of that. If you have had a baby recently and you're still struggling to lose weight, I really hope that this video has given you some pointers to cut yourself some slack, but also how you can simplify the process of weight loss and what actually needs to be focused on to ensure that you're living a long, healthy life and not just looking good for good's sake. This channel is to help you navigate, whether it's pregnancy, the postpartum period, or early motherhood, so that you're thriving and not just surviving. If this is something that interests you, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Instagram, leave a comment down below and tell me what exactly you have done in the postpartum period to achieve a healthy weight loss and where you're struggling. But until my next video.